going on, guys? Here with a quick little video about porting your Polaris 400 Xplorer 2-stroke cylinder. Porting and polishing, whether you do the intake and exhaust, your transfer ports, boost ports or auxiliary ports, whatever, you gain considerable amount of horsepower. That's how you wake up a 2-stroke. I don't care if it's a Polaris 400 4x4 or if it's a Blaster or a Banshee. Any 2-stroke can really be woke up with a port job. So anyways, rebuilding a buddy of mine's top end, and figured since we're going to go 60 over, we're adding a little bit more cc's. I figured I would go ahead and port the cylinder while I had it off, at least get some of the casting flaws off and stuff. But anyways, we'll take a look at the bottom here first. I haven't really started, just started this side, but got a little more work to do. But anyways, you can see how like thick this is from side to side, and you see how thick that is, and also the cylinder wall here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and bevel it down, making sure I do not go into the cylinder wall, but just fading that in and giving it a smooth transition. That way your fuel has an easier path to get into the chamber. But we're going to get rid of this little blockiness here. We're going to make a point out of this like a wedge, and I'm going to clean this up. And that way the transfer ports get cleaned up there. And I've already started working on, as you can see, the intake here. And you got your auxiliary ports on both sides. You see the holes here. But I've already done the intake from this side. And as well on this side. This piece in the middle, you know, it was just a smaller diameter hole here on both sides. So I went ahead and opened all this up. That way it allows more fuel to get in here, and air. And opened up the auxiliary ports on the side here, and pretty much just cleaned everything up and opened up the holes. All I used was a drill with a die grinder, making sure that I've kept nice even steady motion back and forth, not putting a whole lot of pressure down, because you don't want to sit there and just take away too much. But you're just trying to get rid of those edges and smooth them in and stuff, and you know, just feather everything in. As long as you're patient and take your time with it, you'll end up with a really good ported cylinder. And the more times, I guess, if you do it like myself, get better and better and better. So it's just basically a practice makes perfect. But I've done probably 50 or 60 2-stroke cylinders, ported them and stuff, and had big gains out of it, especially with this Blaster over here. But anyways, like I said, if you're going to go ahead and have your cylinder off for a rebuild, you might as well go ahead and try to go port everything. That way you can squeeze some horsepower out of your 2-stroke. Appreciate you guys checking out my video. Peace.